Hi there, it's the Racing Post Postcast. I'm Bruce Millington and I'm joined by Mark Langdon, Joe Champion and Paddy Powers, Ian Griffin. We're looking ahead to a proper Super Sunday. Really two great games, 1:30 Chelsea versus Arsenal. Chelsea hot favourites, I should think, Ian.
Yeah, they're currently 5-6 favourites, 16-5 Arsenal and 12-5 to draw.
Stick with you, Ian. Are you going to back Chelsea at the odds on?
Yeah, I'd back Chelsea at the odds on. I think Morata has finally shown how good he is. His movement up top is world class. Used to be too much for that Arsenal defence, and Conte's record against top six is pretty decent. So I check Chelsea to romp at 5-6.
Chelsea to romp it for Ian. What about you, Mark?
I can understand why you'd want to be with Chelsea. I mean, this is roughly the price they were in the FA Cup final. Now they've got home advantage, but maybe their cup final price was the one that was wrong in hindsight, and easy to say afterwards. But Arsenal were definitely the better team.
They were really good.
They were
surprisingly good.
They were surprisingly good on the day. I mean, I was looking maybe at Chelsea to win and both teams to score. I'm not sure about Chelsea defensively this season. They've been conceding goals so far, and Arsenal actually last campaign against them, they beat them 3-0, then they lost 3-1, and then beat them 2-1. So I mean, they've got a record of at least scoring. They were the better team in the Community Shield in that 1-1 draw at Wembley before winning on penalties. So maybe Chelsea to win and both teams to score. If you're looking for even a bit more value for your buck, then maybe 2-1 and 3-1. Could be ulterior ways of getting with Chelsea and both teams to score. I agree with Ian about Morata. I thought it might have taken him a while to settle, but it hasn't.
Okay, Joe, what's your view?
Yeah, a few weeks ago we had the Liverpool game, and everyone said Liverpool and both teams to score, and of course Arsenal didn't score, and we all did our money on that. So 5-6 Chelsea, I'd just take that. I mean, like Mark says, Arsenal are capable of scoring, but I'd just play it simple, really. Chelsea have won their last 5 Stamford Bridge games against Arsenal as well. And in midweek, Arsenal are playing tonight. So, he will rotate, and it won't be the same team that lines up, but it's not a help. Whereas Chelsea had 2 days extra rest, and he was able to rest several players.
Arsenal, isn't it? They're on Thursday. We go bingo on Thursdays. What's going on here?
I liked the one when Wayne Rooney was talking about what him and he did a magazine piece like him and Colleen before his latest episode, and it was Thursday night was their date night. That was when he was at Manchester United. That was before United were in Europa League. So
maybe that's it. That's the problem.
It's still his date night, but just not hers. Oh well. 4 o'clock, Man United versus Everton. This will be a very interesting game. Man U, I looked at the prices earlier and I thought, blimey, they certainly didn't jump off the page.
No, very short. They're 3-10. Everton are 9-1 and we're 4-1 to draw.
9-1, Everton, Ian. What about that?
Sure, there's a game against City. They were like said, a man advantage for most of the game, and they didn't really take control of the game. I thought City were very good after that. They've bought lots of players, but they failed to impress me. They were beaten comfortably by Chelsea as well. United have turned into a typical Mourinho side, haven't they? Terrible to watch, but they're just like a machine. They just get the job done.
No Pog this time?
Poggers.
Pogba's out. He did a hamstring,
he
didn't
his hammy,
Yeah, I fancy Everton to get a goal, but United to win and both teams to score looks okay to me at 9-4.
Okie doke. That's what you're going for. What are you going for, Mark?
I mean, I was looking at United to win to 0, actually.
Are you quite unimpressed with Everton?
Yeah, I mean, I was pre-season. I don't know. I think the problem for a lot of people is they overrated them in pre-season. I mean, they lost their best player, Lukaku, and who obviously went to United, and bought most of their players were from Burnley, Sunderland, Swansea. I mean, they weren't going out and buying Messi and Luis Suarez. I didn't understand the kind of all this hullabaloo over them and the fuss that they could, crack the top 4 or anything. I mean, they were miles off the top 6 last season. That was with Romelu Lukaku. So I mean, they've had 3 shots on target in their life. They've had a hard run of games, but 3 shots on target in total against 10 Man City, Chelsea, and Tottenham. They've barely laid a glove on any of those sides. They've had the trip obviously to Italy on Thursday, where I'm expecting them to play an almost full strength team. I don't, it's a big competition really for Everton. Pogba's injury is a blow to United, so maybe they won't actually run away with it quite as much. So and a 1-0 or something like that, because I don't see Everton causing too many problems. I mean, their failure to replace Lukaku was just bizarre. They've had all summer to do it, and they didn't bring in anybody of his ilk, even though they bought loads and loads of players.
Would you expect Lukaku to celebrate or not? He won't, will he?
I doubt he will.
It'll be one of the textbook not celebrating.
Yeah, I doubt he will. Obviously, Rooney on the other side wouldn't either.
Oh, no.
But, I mean, they bought Rooney, Sigurdsson and David Klaassen, who all want to play in the same position.
It's like a Portuguese side, aren't they?
Yeah, where'd you play?
Players.
Number 10. Yeah. So I thought it was a very confused summer transfer window for Everton.
Okie doke. Joe, what do you reckon?
Yeah, United should win. They're short enough, though, aren't they? Like we've said, they've bought all these nice attacking midfielders, but there's no end product in Everton, and that's a big problem. I was just looking at potential first goal scorers. Lukaku, obviously, the favourite, and rightfully so. But Marcus Rashford's been scoring as well. And, he was rested in midweek, and then he came off the bench and scored. So, yeah, I think he'll probably start, and 4-1's a decent each way price.
OK, fair enough. Jolly good. OK, thank you very much indeed, chaps. Excellent stuff. Thank you, Ian. Nice to do a podcast with you. Hopefully do another one very soon. And if you enjoy listening to the podcast, do please make sure you rate, review and subscribe on iTunes. We're back with the Racing Postcasts on Friday and then another football postcast next Thursday. So join us for that.
Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus, available to use online, at ATMs or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty!